Welcome to another S&P 500 analysis. Today is November 14, 2022. In this video, we're going to take a quick look at the SPY and some of the internal, and then we're going to look at the FAANG stocks. So stay tuned. Let's take a look at this intraday chart here where I have the up-down volume and up-down volume ratio here for the New York Stock Exchange and the NASDAQ, and also have the up-down volume ratio for the Russell 2000. But what's more important is the this daily advanced decline chart here, and also the tick, especially the bottom half here on this chart. This is the cumulative tick, and this is for the New York Stock Exchange, and the bottom here is for the NASDAQ. And here I have the S&P 500 cash index and the NASDAQ 100 cash index. So here what I want to point out is you see this area here. Well, let me do this. This entire area above this line is basically the S&P 500 is in a positive territory. And look at the advanced decline. Throughout the entire day, it never got above zero. In other words, there are more declining issue than advancing issue. You know, the index that is moving up and having a gain with more declining stock than advancing stock kind of give you a clue that there's something wrong with this market here, right? Eventually, those stock that is lifting the index will get tired, and the one that is declining will continue to drop, and that's basically what you see here. And you see the advanced decline just came back down, and notice that near the open it came down here near underneath you have more than 1,000 issue declining than advancing stock, and finished the day at minus 1291. So there were 1,291 more declining stock than advancing stock. And also the other thing is the cumulative tick here. You see this is all negative. In other words, there are more down tick than up tick. So although the index might be up because it's being lifted by some high cap tech stock or whatever that might be, but there's very few stock that is actually lifting the market. And also there are more selling than actually buying. So that kind of gives you a clue that, hey, this market here, this gain is not going to hold. So that's why it's important to watch these internals, right? And you also could see the down volume is much more than the up volume. So watch the internal. These are market generated information will give us a sign of what the market actually doing underneath, not just on the surface, watching the index going up and down. These market makers just move the Tesla, Apple, Netflix, pick a few of those FAANG stock, and they just move that up and down, and they could move the S&P 500 up and down. Okay, so be careful and don't get fooled. Watch these internal. Learn how to watch these internals. Let's take a look at SPY and see what SPY was trying to do here, the ETF for the S&P 500. So you can see, remember on the weekly Trade Watch video that we talk about the SPY and possible scenario. We're basically looking for SPY to see would it be able to stay above this 395 area and then come up to this 398 and possibly make its move up to this 400 area. Right now, you can see that today it was trying to get up to this 400 area and then pull back. So right now, essentially, it's just sitting near this 395 area. So for tomorrow, we'll see, will the SPY come down into this high volume area? And if it does, then look for the possibility of a move down into this lower range of the expected move between the 389 and 386 and see how this will hold up. And if it doesn't hold up, then we'll be looking at a move toward the 382.30. Take a look at Netflix here. Netflix, the expected range, the upper range for this week is 310.80 and 305.20. And the lower range is somewhere between 225 and 221. So right now, I'm basically looking at Netflix to see would it be able to fill this gap first. Then if it could fill this gap, then look for possible trade location to trade up to this high volume node here up at 393.44. And if the price decide to pull back, then look for this lower range of the weekly expected move then look for a move down to this LVN here near the 251.50. And here looking at Apple basically I'm looking to see would it be able to hold above this 148.60 level, essentially inside of this balance area. And if it could hold inside of this balance area, then look for a possible move up to this upper range of the weekly expected move, then to this composite point of control, this high volume node here near this 155.98. Now, if it dips below down here to this 146.70, then I'll be looking for the lower range of the expected move at 144.50, between 144.50 and 142.70 to get fill and see would it be able to hold. And if it moved below this expected move, this lower range, then I'll be looking for it to dip down below this 142.05 and into this 139.97. And this is the high volume node here. Now, the upper range of this week's expected move for Apple is between 156.25 and 155. And looking at Tesla on the upside here basically is looking to see would it be able to get above this 203.49. And if it could get above that, then watch for the upper range of the weekly expected move between 212.80 and somewhere around 209.50. Then if we get above this expected move upper range, then look for this composite point of control, possibly get tagged, and that will be up here near this 220 area. Now, if the price continue to pull back, if it stay below this 194.86, look for it to pull into this lower range of the expected move between 182.50 and 179.20. Then watch this recent low here at 177.14. And here looking at Microsoft on the upside, we're basically waiting for it to see would it be able to get above this 250.74. And if we could get above this, then look for this upper range of the weekly expected move between 259 and 255.40 to get tagged. But if it decides to pull back and dip into this lower range of the weekly expected move between 238.85 and 236, then watch for this 233.14. If it gets outside of this balance area, then look for a move to come down to this this edge here at 224.60. And for Facebook, there's actually no trade location that I would even touch this right now. Because basically this thing could come up and fill the gap up here at 127.10, or come down and back test this zone here below 104.05. So I will just kind of wait and see. For Amazon, basically looking to see what the price come up to this weekly expected move here, this upper range between 107.75 and 105.80. And if we get above this upper range, then look for a possibility of moving up toward this 113.92. And for the downside, if the price move below this lower range of the expected move between 195.80 and 197.50, then look for it to come down and tag this 91.44 and possibly come down and fill this gap. And for Google, we're basically looking for Google to see would it be able to get above this 96.27 and move up to this upper range of the weekly expected move between 180 and 100. Then see would it be able to continue to move up and tag this upper edge of this balance area here at 103.22. Now, if it continue to move down and pull back and dip below this 91.54, essentially tag the lower range of the expected move between 92.90 and 92, then look for a gap fill and move possibly down to this 87.20. Just a reminder, tomorrow, 1 hour before the market open, we have the PPI report come out, and these are the consensus numbers, so keep an eye on those, and be sure to smash the thumbs up to help me promote this video. Thank you for watching, and stay safe.